Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another day of 30 Days of Sketches. Today is day 10 and our sketch today is from Sarah Davies, and I really liked the simplicity of this sketch. I didn't do anything in that bottom right hand corner, but I did a bunch of stitching on it. And I used a bunch of papers that were just in my scrap bin, which I always love. I always love when I can just go through the scrap bin and use up some of those papers. So I pulled out some blues and some purples and some natural colors, browns and such, to go with this photo. These are the two girls that I take care of. And this was Halloween. Was it last year? I think the year before last year, actually. Year before last year. And they are trying out their Halloween costumes. These were not taken on Halloween. It was actually taken about a month before. And they were just trying them out, and they got a photo snapped, obviously. I wasn't with them when they got this photo snapped, but I really like the photo. I think it's really cool. And they're kind of like, there's no houses or anything around. It's just on a trail by their house. And so I thought it was kind of cool. So I pulled out colors that I thought went well with it. They both have purple in their costumes. They both, well, the younger one has a predominant amount of blue in her costume, and then there's the blue sky, so I thought I'd bring in some blues, and then several patterned papers in that natural kind of brownish tan color to kind of pick up on the natural setting. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put it onto a piece of white background paper. I also did not do the circle, but my embellishment area is in where that circle area is. And I kept it really simple. There just wasn't a whole lot to do with this once I got my papers down and I did stitching. So the stitching really kind of takes the place of everything else. So I do end up with a title on here that just says Wicked Fun. It is from Colorcast Designs. And then I end up with some really thin wood veneer, also from Colorcast Designs. And I'm trying to use up my acrylic pieces. I mean, not use them up so I don't have any more, but I'm trying to use them because I have an overabundance of them. So I'm trying to kind of, get them onto my pages and out of my stash. And that way I can purchase more at some point. I do have a subscription there, but I've put it on hold a couple of times, and you can do that for like 6 months at a time. So I've done that a couple of times, but I'm getting another batch because it just came off of hold, and I still have a lot to use. So anyway, that is my goal, is to get some into the albums and out of my stash to make room for more. And I probably will have to put it on hold again just because I don't have room. Okay, so now that I've got my pages or my papers figured out, I'm just measuring or marking where I want to measure or to cut these off. I'm not going to measure with a ruler or anything. I don't know why I keep saying measure, but I'm going to take my scissors and just trim it off. But I wanted to mark with my pencil where I want those papers to end, because they are all 12-inch long pieces, those top 4, and I don't need them to be 12 inches because they're staggered and they're way over the edge of the white paper. So once I get those kind of figured out, I will just go ahead and trim those off. I didn't put any adhesive down at the bottom because I knew I'm going to want to lift those layers up a bit and trim them with my scissors, and that is exactly what I did. I didn't do anything fancy. I just lifted the layers apart and trimmed them off. Now I'm using my T-square ruler to mark where I want my stitching to go. So this is not something that I normally do, but I thought because I have all of these layers that are big rectangles that leave the right hand side of the page quite open, rather than putting anything else on the right hand side, I decided to kind of add more rectangles, bringing the rectangle design over to the right hand side, but I'm going to use gold stitching instead of paper. So it's not going to look like paper layers because there's no pattern in them, but it would be like there were paper layers involved, even though there are not. So once I get these marked with my ruler, I will take it over to my sewing machine and run a gold stitch through it. And then I also ran a gold stitch all the way around the outside edge and then down the 2 papers on the far right hand or left hand side, just to bring a little bit more gold over there. I am just erasing my marks from drawing my lines, and then I'm pulling all of my threads back through the back, with the exception of the threads that are sticking out on those papers that are layered up on the left hand side of my photo. Those ones I left the threads a little bit long, like 1.5 inches maybe, and I'm okay with that. Now, I don't normally do that. I normally like all of my thread trimmed and tucked and nice and neat, but in this case I thought it looked fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this Wicked Fun, and I am using an owl and a pair of witch's legs. And I thought those worked well because I've got all of these natural colors, so that's going to play nicely with the layers that I've got going on. And those witches' feet are not going to be tucked in that far, but I did find a little bracket to put up here in purple at the top just to give a little added design. And a little puffy sticker that says happiness. And I'm going to just be able to put the date on there. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. If their mom wants to write more about it, she can do so on the polka dot tan paper right below the photo, and that will work really well for her. While I finish this up, I just wanted to remind you there's a playlist down below for everybody playing along with 31 Days of Sketches. Not 31, 30 Days of Sketches. You can find that down below. And I don't have any links for products today because I didn't use anything that is still available other than just some gold thread. The rest of it is all just paper from my stash and from my scrap bin. So there's not a whole lot that you're going to be able to find. I'll put a link for Colorcast Designs down below in case you are interested in checking out the items that they have available, even though the ones that I'm using currently on this page are no longer available. So you can check that out. And that is pretty much it, you guys. The close-ups are going to be coming here in just a moment. Oh, I did add a little tiny heart here and some gold splatter just to finish the whole layout off. I just did it with a diagonal design here to add that gold, and I really like the way that just kind of completes everything. That's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my channel today. And don't forget to go and give everyone else a little bit of love as well by clicking on the link to 30 Days of Sketches that's down below for you. And I will be back again tomorrow with another video. So come back and join me then. I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.